Today, let's visit Sope Creek Trail in Marietta, Georgia, just north of Atlanta. We're taking Papermill Road, which goes directly to Sope Creek. It's a lovely road that goes through some pretty neighborhoods, and it's very scenic this time of year. There used to be a covered bridge at Sope Creek, but it burned in 1964. Arson was suspected. Sope Creek is a park system just off Papermill Road, and it's managed by the U.S. National Park Service. Let's get a few logistics out of the way. There's a $5 fee to park, and it's impossible to just park on the road. The best way to pay for parking is to use your phone on the QR code and pay online. Otherwise, you can enter the URL link provided. Sope Creek is also dog-friendly, and there's a bike trail. There are no restrooms, though. From this map, you can see all the trails. In this visit, we'll stop by the pond and then head up to the Papermill ruins. If you decide to hike the trails further south, the Scribner Family Cemetery is there. This is Sibley Lake. I've heard that people do some fishing here too. You can see there's a trailhead right up there where you can walk around the lake. Looks like there's some birds out there. I wish I had my bins with me today. Really lovely, gorgeous day here in early March. Okay, we're headed down this path around a pond anyway, because some kids spotted a bunch of turtles. I didn't see them, but they're all out on a log. I'm just looking at this log across the water here. This was the log where I thought I might have seen the birds earlier. but I guess not. There's a turtle here. There he goes. They're called painted turtles because of their yellow and reddish markings. And they thrive in these freshwater wetland environments where they can eat the local aquatic vegetation and algae, as well as small fish and crustaceans. Let's see if we can get closer to this group of turtles. I don't know if you can see them all lined up on that log. There's about 16 of them. Okay, here come the kids again. Goodbye, turtles. Let's head back up. So there are multiple trails to get to the ruins. I'm taking the shortest one that follows closest to the road. As you can see, the trails are well marked. So here we are coming up on the creek. You can see the ruins down there. Let's get a little closer. I'm starting to regret a little that I took the easy route along the road because it is a little noisy here. The Marietta paper mill began here on the banks of Sope Creek in the mid-1850s. Just upstream of the paper mill there was a flour mill built by Edward Denmead. There was also a distillery along the creek that produced peach brandy. It was a busy place. The paper mill was known as a rag mill, which is where paper is made from linen rags and old cotton. The mill provided paper to most of the South throughout the late 1800s. I wonder if there were any birds nesting in there. The area that we're walking through now is the pulp mill part of the ruins. The paper produced here included newsprint, stationery, and wrapping paper. During the Civil War in 1864, while federal troops were crossing the Chattahoochee River here at Sope Creek, a division of General Kenner Gerard's cavalry troops burned down both the paper mill and the flour mill. The paper mill was rebuilt, but the flour mill wasn't. Several years after the paper mill's rebuilding, it was burned down again. A fire had broken out, and it was most likely accidental. But the mill was rebuilt a second time, and then eventually in 1902, production stopped. This place then became a popular spot to picnic in the 1930s. There was also a hydroelectric dam and a power plant here at one time, just further up the creek. I tried to see if there was a way to get there, but it looks like it's all residential, and it's not like you can just go under the overpass. Has anyone seen these? Are there still ruins there? So let us know in the comments. I'm trying to find my way down to the creek, but I keep encountering these windows that I can climb through, but there's a little steep drop. So I'm trying to find one that isn't steep. I wonder what that is. Obviously like a wheel. I'm not sure how old it is. It's all corroded. The creek is actually fairly loud, and we haven't had much rain here lately. It makes me wonder what it must have been like for the people who worked here all day, every day. The sound would have filled their ears from morning until night. They would have had to talk over it when they were working. They probably would have went home and heard it in their sleep. Must have been a noisy place. Wow, look at the roots of these trees here. Oh, the powers of erosion. If you walk south along the creek, you'll see another set of ruins that sit across the river. These are the Cross Creek ruins. These were storage buildings at one time. There are a few more ruins of the paper mill further down from Cross Creek. And as you can see, looking downstream, it's just gorgeous. Such a beautiful day. This is the kind of day you could just sit out on one of these large rocks and just hang out all afternoon and listen to the water. Well, that's it for today. Definitely an interesting place to visit if you're in the Atlanta area.